Hello again. Obviously I'm back at the range, and any day at the range is a good day. So today the primary objective is to try and validate some of my reloads for the 223. I came down about 6 weeks ago and filmed everything, and camera was having a nightmare. I'm hoping it's working better now. Unfortunately I can't tell until I go home and watch the footage. Very frustrating, but it is what it is. So to keep a short story long, I came down here last week and had a couple of different development loads. One worked far better than the others, and so I went home and replicated it. I probably should have only punched out another 10 or 20, but I did 50, so I hope it works. My load development is 62 grain soft point boat tail Hornady projectiles and 24.5 grains of 2208. And I don't have a muzzle velocity. I didn't bring it. I haven't got a chrono. My mate's got one, but I couldn't be bothered going to his house and getting it. So I'll just see if it's shooting good before I waste time getting all that stuff set up. Unfortunately, my GoPro is not playing the game either, so I can't film the impacts like I like to. So it'll just be a video of me shooting, and then you have to believe me when I show you the results. And don't get me wrong, I have no problem with it. If it goes pear-shaped and it looks like buckshot down there, I'll still show you. But I can't remember what I've shown on this as of late. The setup has changed slightly. The Vortex Viper is now on the Springfield, and so I brought a dirty old Sterling down as well to play with. And I'm going to try and push this out to 100 and see how bad the groups are for me with that. I'm not holding a whole heap of great expectations, but that's another story. So this I've got one of these rear monopods, and I don't have enough good things to say about them. Just the stability you can get and the adjustment to make things shoot and stay on your target is just fantastic. I've got the generic bipod on the front, but I've brought a bag down to try and maximise stability, to try and use some flash words there. The new scope on it is, I watched a few reviews, and these Discovery Opt, which used to be Discovery Optics, seem to be ticking a few boxes. So I reached out to Discovery, and they said, sweet as, you can pay full retail and you can have one. So I did. So I've got the HD Gen 2 5-30x56 SFR. And aesthetically, it is a very nice looking scope. The 56mm objective, it's a bit oversized, but that's what they come with. And but everything else is nice. The windage adjustment doesn't have a direction indicator whether you go forward to go right or down to go left, which is a bit frustrating, and I just have to remember it's just completely opposite to almost every other scope I have. But I don't dial up for windage, you just do holds. I want to dial up for distance, as that's what I want to get into. And so this is a Milrad, and it's very tactile and audible, and it's a very nice scope to look through. And I don't have a lot of bad things to say about it. It's clear. It's illuminated reticle if you're shooting near dusk, and well, some of the stuff I do when you go out rabbit shooting is getting there, so it potentially will be awesome. But other than that, that's the same rig I've always had, and I've just got the AIM Sport suppressor on the front, which I think looks better than it actually works, because I've had some other 223s with different suppressors on there, and they are far quieter. This does take the sting out of it, and but it's not as good as as well. I'm not going to name names, but it's not as good as others. It just looks really nice. I'm not going to lie, that's why I bought it. I'm all about the shiny. But so yeah, I'll stop talking rubbish. Well, actually, I'll never stop talking rubbish, but I'll stop talking and just start to do a little shooting and update you on the results. And yeah, I'll probably won't be on this video. Well, it might be. There's some bonus footage at the end. I brought a couple of old dinosaurs down and some stupid stuff to play with. And so you might see some of the shenanigans. But once again, hey, I'm the only one here at the range, and if someone else turns up, I pretty much have to turn the camera off because that's the rules as far as I know. But yeah, so I'm gonna do some shooting, and I'll get back to you. Oh. Right, couldn't get that bag to work. It was just, it's not full enough, or it's over full. It's too high, too slow, too low. Just wouldn't stabilize. So I've gone back to the bipod, done a few adjustments. Now it's seems to be sitting pretty rock solid. So that first group was very average. I think it's about that big at 100 meters. I couldn't keep it settled. See, now I've gone and wound myself up, so everything is, my heart's beating and now I've got sand in my eye. Not just an excuse. But yeah, it's only been 3 or 4 minutes since the last group, so it's barely even warm. So 5 down, I'll put another 5 down and see what, in theory, being a lot more stable should yield better results. Other than that, if it doesn't, I'll make up some more excuses. Yeah, it's Jacinta's fault. Everything is. So, what I'll do is put some more ammo in the mag. It'll probably make it a lot easier to transition them from here to there. Bluetooth rounds aren't that flash. Alright. Oh, way more steady. It's going bottom left significantly. Two more. That's terrible. I'm going to put this down for a bit. Play with this and then come back to this when I'm still, my heartbeat's up. I can't. I've just got to relax because I'm just, it's just not putting it down right. I'm not doing myself any favors, so I'll step aside from this and I'll come back to it. I'm not upset, I'm just a little bit, I've got to do some woo-saring. I'm not gonna lie, this is far nicer to look through. And this is probably 5 or 6 years old. Oh no, might not be old, but that's only 6 months old, that Discovery Optic. Just the sight quality of looking through the glass was like, wow, this is amazing. So I'm picking these scopes are going to get swapped back in the near future. Alright. Alright, new battery in the camera, new scope on the Hauer, quick sighting it in, and nearly touching it at 50, so just sorry, I'm just trying to make it sound simple to explain, and I have to do a terrible job with that. So it's just did a quick job lining it in, and at 50 metres you get 2 or 3 touching each other. So I'm just about to go out to 100 and try and set the groups up, but now I've got this stupid headwind with it's slightly crossing to left, so frustration. But yeah, that is what it is. I'll see what I can do. See if I can get some better groups. Now there's more magnification on the other scope, so and a lot of people say you only shoot out at 100 and you don't need to use all your zooms, but I don't care. I like to. I like to have that side picture right there. So it's not as clear as in you don't have the same magnification. I think it's a clearer scope to look through. So see if I can get 3 down there, but even at 100 meters, it's hard to see your impacts. So that's what I can do. From what I can see here, it's not bullseye, as in it's not getting because I've got 1/2-inch dots down there, so it's not on the bullseye, but we're shooting for groups, not bullseyes. You fine tune it with that, and that looked to be about a half to 3/4 inch group, that last three, but they're high left. So I'm going to stroll down there and have a quick look. Come for a walk if you want. Get my shades because it's bright. Now, if you had a look at that, you see my group went from 1.5 inches to 1/2 inch, or just over 1/2 inch, just by changing scopes. That's crazy. So yeah, I've just got to adjust that. So we were and try. So at 100 meters you come down 3 or 4, because this one is MOA. So that should be. Oh, I'll come down 3 and right. So I'll go right 1, and we'll follow it up and see if I can just. Now I'm shooting for accuracy, not groups. So yeah. Safety first. Down a couple more, I think. The variance of a 1/2 to 3/4 inch group can be very frustrating when you're trying to get it into a 1/2 inch group. You know, if it's the shot that was going to be the high of the 3/4 inch group, and then you adjust to allow that, and you get the low of the 3/4 inch group, your variance is a good 1/2 inch either way. So I think I'll be on the money here, and if my tolerance is 1 inch or under, this should be pretty good. So those last two are just about touching. That looks to be a 1/2 inch group, and I adjusted one of them. Still on the low side, so I'm going to take it back up 1, and I'm going to call it a day. Well, for accuracy, I don't know if I'm done shooting yet, but so just my OCD has to have a rows of 5. So yeah, that is that's a 1/2 inch all day, and that's with a 1 increment of adjustment. I'm going to zero that, zero this, and that's going to be my. It's not zero stopped, but it's zeroed, and then I'll just validate that the dirty old Springfield deer is shooting straight, but the headwind is getting stronger and stronger now, and now that I'm going back to 22s, there's so much more variation in flight because of the breeze. And it's freezing cold. I should have a damn beanie on, but I left it at home. So it's going to be warmer. So, so close. Yeah, I'll pick it better. So I'll hang this up for a little bit, and yeah. So I'll turn the camera off. I'm going to zero this, jump onto that. Then I might get one of the. I've got some other crap to play with. So yeah.